What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of We Need to Talk. This right here is 307. Shout out to my supporters, everybody who has been participating, everybody who's been a part of this, everybody who has been commenting on it, sharing it, talking about it, giving feedback. All of those different types of things, it's much appreciated. Definitely means a lot for all of you to be in support of what I do. And this is something that it goes through my mind all the time. So even off camera, I'm thinking of the best ways to help you progress, to help you to grow, to help you to succeed, and to help you manifest everything that you deserve. So thank you for all of your support and all of your feedback and participation. Now, Kai, what's going on? Now, tonight, first thing I want to say is, to let you guys know that, again, right now, the biggest thing that I'm really focusing a lot of my energy on is really compiling everything, all of these different areas together in a way that helps you to grow the most, that has the most impact. So, I have the online store, I do one-on-one coaching. I'm also doing a weekly workshop series as well as digital content. I decided to put it all together in one package, one membership. That's the Evolve tier membership. You can find that in the link in my bio. If you're interested in the works, the all-inclusive, for anything you may be going through, any type of needs in the areas of psychology, in the areas of life purpose, in the areas of physical health, in the area of partnerships, which would be any human relationships, so toxic cycles romantically, or any sort of friendship issues, and just anything like that, dealing with personal relationships. Any four of those categories, if you need the help, the coaching, the guidance, the direct game plan, because here it's more general, because I don't know any and all things that are going on with you personally, but with the personal touch, the one-on-one coaching, I'm able to give you a detailed plan, customized based on you, your personality, what you've been through, your timeline, your history, what you have an affinity for, what you're connected to, what you're doing professionally. I take it all into inventory in order to help you to become the best version of yourself, the best manifestation of yourself, and to receive the everything that you have been denied in life in general, so that all of your efforts won't be in vain, and that you can feel the benefits and get the fruits of your labor. So if you're interested in that, definitely shoot me a DM or check the link in my bio. Look at the details in it. I'm really proud of and really putting a lot of energy into, so that the content is there. The connection is there, and that you're able to get everything you want out of this life. So I always want to be an advocate for that, and that allows me to do more for you. So again, that's the Evolve membership that is available at the link in my bio. Let me see who's in the. All right, Kai's in the building. Tay, what's up? Tara, what's up? Yvonne, what's up? Tiff, what's up? What's going on? Yeah. How y'all doing? So tonight it's gonna be pretty brief, but I wanted to touch on something that seems to come up just in different conversations, or different lives that I've been on, or just some things that I've been observing, and I wanted to be able to just kind of reiterate something. So you hear the phrase, I'm waiting for the one, or I'm waiting for the right person, or I'm waiting for my soulmate. waiting for them, and just in different ways you may manifest this or you may speak this, and waiting for them like a delivery, waiting for them to show up at the door, waiting for the package, you know what I'm saying, waiting for this person to arrive in your life. And a lot of what's going on right now may make that light dimmer a little bit, a little bit more dim, because of the fact that the social aspect is limited. The COVID situation and everything that we're dealing with how life has shifted. You may not know how to balance that probability, because you may not be as social, you may not be out as much, you may not be in the mix. So, you may start to feel like, okay, the odds are, you may be stuck in that social odds statistics zone, and then also balancing how to get things done, how to be in that type of mix, and these things can be very, very difficult to manage, or to find a healthy balance within, because how much do I go on the dating site? How much do I do this or that? Or should I leave it alone? Where to put that element? Because it's on your mind. I'm not gonna come in here and act like, you ain't thinking about it or whatever. So, but when it does show up, I'm concerned with what happens when it does show up. What happens internally when those feelings show up? When you visualize just the concept of the right person, the soulmate, right? What happens internally when that concept arises? Some of you, it's triggering as hell. Some of you, it may push you out of a good mood. Others may be in a position where you are completely pushing the possibility back, because you have been in too many situations that have triggered you to feel like it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna be possible. So based on that chain of events, you may have taken a stance to gain control over this concept and its triggering nature, banishing it from the kingdom, meaning pushing it out of out of awareness, and taking a stance that you're not even going to look for it. You're not even going to feel compelled to try to be in that position anymore, because what's the point, right? And then it's an area, unfortunately, that it's very difficult to see progress in. When you go to school, there's a grade system. When you're in first grade, when you're in fifth grade, when you're bachelors, when you're masters. There's a progress. There's a consistency of progress, and the progress is tangible. The progress is visible. You go to school, you get certain grades, you pass to the next, you pass to the next. They label it different, degrees are different, your status changes, your work, you're in a merit-based fashion, your work equates to a graduation, a stepping up, a progress, watching the progress. I got this degree, I got that degree, right? In this love game, you don't see that. When and that's what makes it different. When you get into this dating game, you may see tangible progress with one person, but if that person shows toxicity or F's up the pack, so to speak, then in reality, and I want to shout out everybody coming in, but I'm on something. So in reality, shout out to all y'all. I'm gonna blanket it, all y'all. What's up? I'm gonna hit y'all individually as soon as I can. So, but I think that in reality, what happens is the game is different. A lot of times we try to take the rules of one game and apply them to all games. And so when we look for progress, the trick is when you progress in school, so college, whatever, freshman year, when you progress and then, okay, you become a sophomore. Okay, you did what you needed to do. Now you're a junior, right? There's no point in college where you can pass freshman year, all your classes, you got enough to go to the next year. And then somebody comes in and says, nah, you know what? Go back to senior year in high school. Something went wrong. Go back to high school, bruh. Try again next time. Try a different school. We're done with you. And so then your progress now dissipates. So now the rug has been taken up from under your feet, and now you're back at square one with no college acceptance on the table. No. So you got to go look for other offers, right? You got to apply to more colleges again, and you got into college. You should only have to get into college one time, especially if it's the one that you accepted. You should only have to accept a college offer one time. But in the dating game, it does not work like that. You can get to a junior, you can get to a senior, and they can be like, look, no, you're done. Go back. We're done. We out here. And so it's the equivalent of, in the dating game, trying to track progress in the sense that it moves in the same way that college should or education should. And so progress equals, okay, we're getting somewhere. And then, the ultimate payoff is to be, I guess, married, to that person and have longevity and things like that. And those are it's two different games. It's two different games. So we gotta be honest about that fact. It's definitely not a merit-based operation. So once we look at it like that, we can say, okay, now we know that we are another element too that we need to focus on as well is that, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's going on, man? I appreciate the love. I can't get y'all individually, but I love all y'all. I'm gonna get y'all in a second. I don't want to miss nothing. So when we say things like, I'm waiting for this person, or I'm waiting for the one, right? And again, the power of words, right? So when we wait, even the word waiting puts us in a certain vibration. It puts us in a certain state of mind. And the connotation is that we are in a state that is not peak level. When you're waiting for something, you're not at peak level because the thing that you're waiting for allegedly provides the peak level. So you've been in waiting rooms before. No matter how dope they try to make it feel for you, you're still clock watching. You're still, there's still a climax to the event. There's still a climax to the event. If you're in a waiting room for something, the climax to that would be the appointment happening. You getting the care, right? You having this specific thing. The climax is separate from the waiting period, right? Now I want to go here. I want to go here too. How many of y'all have been at a party? I just want to throw this out there. How many of y'all have been at a party, right? Party is crazy. It's lit. The music, the drinks, you having fun, you kicking it with your best friends. The vibe is crazy. And somebody tap you like, yo, what's up? How you feeling? And you was like, you know what? I'm waiting on the after party. Nobody's ever said that. The reason nobody's ever said that is because, again, when you're in the best, what's up, y'all? When you're in the best of states, you're not waiting for nothing. You're not waiting for anything. Because where you're at is crazy. The only time you might have said, damn, I'm waiting on the after party, if the actual party was lame as hell. Right? So, waiting means that, again, you don't have enough access to the elements or the feelings that you suspect that you'll get at that particular climax, right? At that particular space that you're gonna get to, that has not come yet. It has not come yet, right? Now, it's for me, it's like, okay, if we're looking at it like that, if the waiting is here and the event is here, why can't we raise this so that these are equal planes? Why don't we take waiting out of the game? The reason I say this is because you don't have a date. It's very psychologically jarring to be waiting on something that doesn't have a date. Put it to you like this. There's no harm in being like, damn, I'm waiting for my birthday, man. My birthday's coming. You know when the hell your birthday is. It's on the calendar. You can count down, you know, and it wouldn't be that much of a gut-wrenching and triggering thing because it happens every year. You know when it is. And I'm sure a lot of y'all let a lot of other people know when it is. I know y'all do that. Happy birthday to me ass. Or y'all will take y'all zodiac and spread that amongst the posts for an entire 3 months. I know how y'all do. Y'all know when that is. So there's no real problem with doing it like that. But when we're waiting for something that doesn't have a date, that's self-torture. That's a version of self-torture. Can you imagine if you were in a prison? Like a prisoner of war, and you had no release date. If you September 4th, see, Sean, man, I told you, y'all were the birthdays. If you want to, just follow me on this. If you were in a prison somewhere in a foreign country, prisoner of war, right, and you had no release date, because you're just in there, would you be waiting to get out? Or would you make an attempt to create a new reality so that you could reach peak levels regardless of your environment, so that your release is a bonus? That's your release. Thank you. But you know, and you can look people up. Like, if you really think about it, there are there's a lot of examples with that analogy alone. There's a lot of examples of people who went to jail, psychologically turned that into something else. If you think of Hurricane Carter, Denzel starred in that movie, you know, playing him when he was in jail for something he didn't do. He was a boxer, famous boxer or whatever. He got locked up for something he didn't do. He was locked up in jail. And, you know, luckily a bunch of little intern lawyers, you know, came and found the case and wrongfully conviction type of vibe and tried to get him out of there. But inside, he had transformed his cell into a space to cultivate him intellectually, to raise his vibrations different kind of ways, so that the getting out was almost maybe the least important element of the entire movie or trajectory or journey, right? Think of people like Viktor Frankl, one of the people who forgot the name of the book is escaping me, but he was in the the Holocaust era, and so he wrote on his survival, Man's Search for Meaning, I think the book is. He wrote about his survival, hope and things like that. And, so the reason I'm bringing this type of stuff up, not to say being single is a prison, but listen, the reason I'm bringing this up is there's something to be said. Thank you, Betsy. Appreciate that. Something to be said about utilizing your power. If you have a view that your soulmate you're waiting on this soulmate, that's them having the power over your happiness. They empower you when they show up. So that means you're powerless until they show up? No. Especially if you want somebody who vibrates the same. So it's like, okay, you have to do the groundwork in order to, first and foremost, to make yourself happy and impervious to those triggers, right? Now, obviously, we're not perfect, we're not invincible, but you can definitely eradicate some damn triggers so that they're few and far between when it comes to this situation, when it comes to this game. I'm telling you that because I took myself through that. I'm giving you elements that I've taught myself how to do over time. Like this is 100% from somebody who's living it. Like, and don't get me wrong, I understand why it triggers you such. I understand that process, but the goal should be to find happiness first. To find happiness first for you. And a lot of times it can be hard to do that because, again, there's a focus on what that person is going to bring to you and what you can bring to them. Like, honestly, like there's it's not just being loved, it's the love that you can give. And a lot of y'all love to be loved, but love to love as well. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of you have a lot of love to give that has been bottled up for a long time and hasn't had a worthy recipient. There's something to be said about having the love that you give be tarnished, unappreciated, stepped on, burned alive. And I understand that too, because that part of you is a precious part of you. That part of you is special, and you don't want to have PTSD with your love gifts. You don't want to have the memories of, well, the last time I was this vulnerable, right? The last time I was this supportive, the last time I gave of myself, this happened. So now I need somebody else to reverse that. I need it. Nah, you don't need that. And trust me, this person is on the way. Don't get it messed up. This person is on the way. The thing is this person on the way? Meaning, the alignment of you with your higher self. A lot of times, it gets difficult at times because it's something that you want, something that you may have wanted for a while. And again, we're socialized different. So I'm not saying that because I've reached a certain level of it that, you should automatically be this, that, and the third. Like, I get how you were raised in a certain way to view a certain thing like a certain thing. You have a certain, makeup, hormonal makeup that is drawn, right? That is drawn to the family element, and that's what we need. That's not. We don't want to eradicate that. That's not what I'm saying, because that's part of the femininity that we love. That's not something that we want to get rid of or suppress or any of that. What we're really looking for, what I'm looking to help drive home, is for you to be in a position where the happiness you try to instill in so many other people, you experience. You gotta turn it down. You experience yourself. You get to feel. You get to conjure. You get to, huh?
I don't know how low you want to be because you can record it.
Oh, okay. You want to wait for me to roll?
Are you gonna come? Are you almost done?
I'm almost done. You say hi real quick? Alright, I'm almost done, okay?
Show them time.
You want to show them time? Talking time. You need to get out of here.
Show them the fish.
I will.
Like
I'll be in a minute.
when you go on FaceTime, you can show that.
Okay. So, when it comes down to it, right, the fish something heavy. So when it comes down to it, in all honesty, when I want to recapture my thought process, right? So, okay, when the happiness that you have been able to bring exes, friends, family, right? Even situationships at times, the happiness that you've been able to bring and expel, right? How many times do we talk about self-care? So if your meter is here, your fuel meter, a lot of times we exhaust so much of our energy outward. We don't view ourselves as fillable or as refillable unless it's the soulmate. I'm trying to hit on something. So if you are somebody who is a giver, nurturer, giving of yourself, you coach over here, you support over here, you lead, you guide, you're a teacher, counselor, guidance, all of it, it's outputting, right? Output over here, love, your niece, nephews, other people's kids, your own kids, everybody catches it, right? So it's consistent, it's a pushing out. It's service, generosity here, service, enlightenment. In whatever way that you do this, in whatever way that this happens for you, and you get to the point. What's up, Dolores? You get to the point where you have you have gotten into a routine. So your new normal, or not your new normal, your normal probably for a long time has been to give. And the only time that you get refilled temporarily is maybe the accolades you get. She's so great with this, with the kids. She's so, great at this. You may have verbal accolades. You may have a lot of acknowledgments and things like that, right? But that's as far as it goes. And that's not enough because it's not reciprocal to the amount or proportionate to the amount that you're giving. So you're giving way more, you're running on fumes, you're giving way too much and not receiving enough back. So the paradigm becomes, that's when I'll get it back. I'll fill my tank up. First of all, I'll scrape the bottom down to the floor. I'll run it till the wheels fall off. But on that specific day that I'm able to meet the one, that's when that person will fill everything up. That's when I'll get healed. That's when I will have all of the acknowledgement, the appreciation, the back rubs, the feet rubs, the bass, right? So all of these, so all of the energy that you're pushing out, that person will reciprocate, and that person will be able to bring it back to you, right?
Can I call my mommy?
This is the top one. You gotta stay in there. So, with that being said, you see how you're placing yourself in a space to suffer until the soulmate. You never want to suffer until the soulmate. That paradigm is going to ruin you every time. So, in all actuality, I want you to be in a space where you are able to raise your vibration to match that level. And a lot of times, you don't feel like it's possible. You don't necessarily feel like it's possible. You feel like nothing trumps that. Tired of being by myself. Tired of doing this, that, and the third, doing the same thing every day. Tired of, continuously giving out, and not receiving back. And that at that point is when everything will be returned. I'll be blessed with that person's energy. The difference is, to get that type of person, to attract that type of person, you have to be capable of doing those things yourself. You have to be capable of raising your vibrations. Otherwise, you're putting way too much pressure on this particular person. And not only that, a lot of times the relationships that you jump into prematurely and that deep down aren't the right person, or are sinking you lower. They're not only are they not giving you the reciprocation that you're looking for, they're triggering you more. They're bringing your vibrations down even more. And that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all. So the goal becomes, I have to make the life now dope. I have to make every day the highest of vibrations. I have to give back to myself. I have to create the self-care routine mechanism. I have to make sure that I have everything that I need, that I am everything that I need, so that I don't need this person, but they are a welcomed and desired complement to who I am at that moment. But the thing is, if you don't feel like you're capable of that, and you're waiting on this savior mentality, it's not going to happen that way, because you have to demonstrate how to treat you so that you can attract somebody who can do the same. If you can't do it for you, how can you expect somebody out there to be able to do that for you? Who is that? What chapter in the Bible is it? Who is that you're waiting for? You got to do it first. And this will awaken so much. This will open so much. This will reattach and take you back to your essence, who you actually are, the value that comes with who you are, and you will feel exactly how you need to feel, and it will be self-generated. This will be self-generated, right? And that empowers you even more. That brings more confidence, and you're able to make every day the day with the soulmate, because the soulmate ain't never left. You acting like it externalized. Who is a soulmate? It's an extension of you anyway. But if you are not at the right vibrations yourself, if you are not self-healing and self-caring enough, then your soulmate doesn't match your soul in the first place. Are you looking for a soulmate or a savior? That's not gonna happen. That's something different. So when you become it, here's your indication. You won't need it. And when you don't need it, that's when you get it. Because if you're so caught up in loving yourself, growing yourself, it's so experimenting, doing different things, socially and challenging yourself, showing the discipline, delaying gratification. If you're doing these different things, you're not gonna have time. You're not even gonna care. You're not gonna care. You won't, because you'll build so much power that it can't be externalized. How many of y'all been triggered by jokers in the dating apps or whatever? They have the power over you because they hold something that you value too, maybe a little bit too much, and they don't even have it. That's the thing. So these are illusionists. They're holding up the hope of a potentially thriving long-term relationship before you get to know them and figure out they ain't even in the cards. But at that stage, when you're dating, you're seeking, you're mining for this one thing, and they know it, so they can act however they want to act because they know they got something you need. Bye, Felicia. I know you want. I know you fiending. Peace, Felicia. Be out. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be fiended out. Again, the energy you present is going to command the respect, or it's going to indicate and condition people that will take advantage. that will take advantage. And then you're not gaining, because remember, the goal was to gain. The goal was reciprocity. You're not getting that. You're getting further triggered, further emotional pain, further negativity, further triggering, right? You got nothing you asked for by jumping the gun and not creating the space daily, rising up that emotional ladder, 1 to 10 daily. This is the work until it don't feel like work. Then it becomes maintenance. Then it's just cruising altitude, right? Y'all are bugging in the comments. I'm about to play the altar music. Won't you come? This is the time. But yeah, I thought it was gonna be a short live. I'm in the zone right now. But I think that this is the crux. This is the X factor. This is where we need to be. This is where we need to be focused. Because again, you can't be, everything boils down to focus. So the more you continue to focus on what's not present, the more triggering, then you're self-triggering. And then again, if the goal is to the reciprocity and the happiness, you're triggering yourself. You're going back down. So you don't want to let anybody else trigger you down, and you don't want to do it yourself either. You want to focus on the best of life, achieving the best of life, the best feelings, the best memories, the best vibes, the best exploration, self-discovery. We can't be afraid of ourselves anymore. We got to look in that mirror. You're like, look, what am I comprised of, good and bad? How do I make the bad good? Shift it all and alchemize everything into the greatest possible elements of yourself. And that's really it. Amen. So, I just want to throw that out there. Just some thoughts that I had, regarding this. And again, if you guys are interested, definitely, like I said before, check out the Evolve membership. That is my opportunity to help in a coaching fashion, one-on-one. You okay?
Yeah.
All right. In a coaching fashion, in a when it comes to the tools, when it comes to the virtual lectures, when it comes to the articles, I like to make this an all-encompassing situation. This isn't something that you have to endure by yourself. This isn't something that you have to do on your own. Because a lot of times there may be deeper elements. There may be deeper demons and different perspectives that may make this thing difficult. But I do want to leave you with this. When it comes down to the capability to make these changes and to grow and to reach those happiness levels, so that person attracts to you, and to feel happy every day. Because again, you have the capability, but the feeling is the feeling. If you break a soulmate down, it's feelings that you get. The feeling you get when that person holds your hand, the feeling you get when they compliment you, the feeling you get when they text you at a certain time and text you certain things. It's the feel. You mean to tell me those feelings are locked up in a chest inside of this person somewhere, and you gotta wait until they find their way to where you at? Huh? That's not a life. A waiting life is no life at all. So we're here to be our best, to feel our best, and we deserve to feel that. Especially everything that you've gone through. So I know the capability is there. I know that you all have what it takes to become the best and receive the best, based on especially what the stuff you've already conquered, the things that you've already exhibited resilience due to. So I already know that factor. So again, keep me posted. Keep tuning in. Keep tuning in. I really appreciate you guys as always. And this journey is yours. This process is yours to be able to grow. And I'm telling you, that person is Appreciate you, Dolores. Yeah. Gotta check the replay too. Coming in mad late. But so I think that you know, this thing is very real, and I do get where you're coming from when it comes to those specific triggers. But you know, the strategies are available, and I'm always here to help you reach those goals. But until those tangible goals hit, you know, let's create happiness tonight. Let's create happiness tomorrow. Let's create happiness, you know, on a daily basis. You know, when it comes to, I know Dolores, I'm playing with you. But you know, let's create happiness on that ongoing level, and create that new normal, create that momentum, because momentum works with you or it works against you, and you create the force behind it. So if you want to let fear rotate and fall victim to that momentum, that can happen as well. But you want to make sure you're in the best momentum possible, create that, you know, moving forward. So shout out to you guys, and I will see y'all tomorrow night.